finally, everybody, tonight we have more Zygarde League Week 6, the final match of the week. Before we get into Week 7, we're just that much closer to the playoffs. But I'm not alone tonight. You might see that I'm joined by the almighty Thu. Say hi, Thu. Oh, hang on. I think there's some audio issues there. Why is that not picking it up? I saved it. Okay. All right, we fixed it. All right. I'm sorry to interrupt your thing there, Thu, but say it again.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me back. AJ, mid lane, everyone here at the Zygarde League, and especially super excited, hi, to be co-casting with you once again in this week's last match.
I know it's going to be amazing, but we're not going to be able to talk too much about it yet because our teams are ready to go. So let's get into game number 1. We have Mew World Order on your purple side here with the first ban, and we have Shiggy Wiggy on your orange side, taking up that second ban and the last pick.
Yes, it looks like a very strong, very commonly picked ban here with the Latios, followed by the Charizard on Shiggy Wiggy.
Yeah, well, I mean, Slatios, Charizard, and Suicune are all been like the standard bans so far this week. Nobody, I think we got our first Latios game with Kedic and No Sweat. They were kind enough to let each team play it for the first time once each, and then it's been banned out since. They just didn't want to have it back. Charizard's been
Oh.
a target ban across the teams as well. I don't think we've seen a single Charizard game at all this week, especially against the Midnight Griefers who have that McCharizard on their team. That there's no way they're going to let him have that.
That is very true. And we can't forget about the Ho-Oh ban also. I feel like a lot of teams have been trying to get that pick in whenever it isn't banned. So super excited to be seeing the matchups here tonight, especially now that we have both of their defenders on each team locked down. Raichu making its appearance since it's been buffed quite a little bit, followed by that combo of Blaziken and Comfy on Mew World Order.
Ooh, I am excited to see Comfey. So something that we've been seeing a lot lately, not necessarily with Mew World Order, Shiggy Wiggy either or, but just a lot in general, is Sweet Kiss Comfey. So if this is Sweet Kiss Comfey, I'm here for it. On a Blaziken, that's absolutely like monstrous and demonic. I I I would love to see Boomy here go into Sweet Kiss because that would just be like, ooh. But against a Lucario, that might be your ticket out because we've seen Lucario just dominate these kinds of games.
Yes, but we going back to Lucario, a common item that I think a lot of Lucario players run against something like a Sweet Kiss Comfy is full heal, but it looks like Mystic's running an eject button instead. I'm also curious about the Rocky helmet. I haven't really seen that being played as an item on Lucario, but maybe I missed the memo there.
I mean, Rocky Helmet did get buffed, but they are swapping it off. So they're like final preparations. Teams are still coming through. But we have Glaceon, we have Mew on Leaf there, Momo on the Glaceon. So that's going to be some really nice heavy range damage coming in. Mew with nice utility. Glaceon being able to just start shredding things down. Slimp on the Leafeon, though. That's Glaceon's got to be careful because Leafeon's going to be hunting that thing all game long.
You're right. But I'm so glad Mew is being played on the side of Mew World Order. I just don't think it would have been any I wouldn't want it have to be had any other way, Hyde. Like I'm just super excited for this game. And LD, of course, with a cute little skin, Hollowware, by Resurrection. So I'm just so excited for this game to be getting underway here.
I
So
mean, when you
it is
have
a best of five. So
it is a best of 5 set, yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is best of 5. This is only game 1. We have at least 3 games for you guys tonight. It's going to be amazing, amazing. But we are going to see a little bit of early game going to the side of actually both teams have it. Like their late scalers are the all-rounders. They have their They have like an attacker that comes on online at around 6, 7, and it's all comes down. They all have like one Pokemon each that comes online at like 4, 6, and their tanks. Oh my god, these teams are actually evenly balanced. But here we are going into game number 1. Mew World Order, your purple team, and we have Shiggy Wiggy, your orange team.
It looks like we have Comfy going along with the Blaziken Torchic currently at the top, and then we have Mew and Umbreon down bottom on the side of Mew World Order. Lucario's already going in for their first stack, trying to get that in and successfully doing it rightfully so.
Yeah, it's very important as Lucario to get your stacks early. We have Torchic trying to do the same thing here, already successfully getting 2 stacks, but we have the double gank from the Eldegoss and the Leafeon coming in here. Leafeon looking to grab that first KO. Boom! Credit's going to go to the Lucario as it comes in for another stack. Poor Comfey is not going to be able to stop or defend this pad at all.
Yes. And I think I want to say that the Gossifleur was helping out their Leafeon get to level 4 pretty quickly, as we saw him come up just at that same time with that Leafeon. But we have a really good job of clearing up their farm here on the side of Shiggy Wiggy. Now we're at the 850 mark here.
Yeah, and those birds got deleted really quickly here as Shiggy Wiggy. It does put a little bit of pressure advance on the top tiered pad, but Mew World Order is not having it. They push them off, they zone, and now Shiggy Wiggy's looking to either draw them out or to grab a power position within the middle. We already have the Leafeon doing Leafeon things, hunting down that Glaceon. Glaceon's not ready to go, but Glaceon does get the last hit on the blue buff. That cooldown reduction's gonna go to it, which is gonna be huge for the next minute or so.
Yes, and as the 10-second mark here for that 8-minute bees are coming up, we have Leafeon going back to its jungle, probably to try and get its levels up in order to be able to take another fight. And we're seeing them come a little late, unfortunately, as New World Order is taking most of these birds here.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful when you're doing your rotations there. You go too late, you're going to get behind. But speaking of behind, Glaceon, Leafeon goes in behind, but the Glaceon with the clutch. Shedinja Dalbeck goes down to Raichu. Raichu diving in here with emotional aid, inflicting emotional damage. Coming in on Mew World Order as they clutch it up and go to score 36 points here. Oh, okay,
Yes,
never
Shiggy
mind.
Wiggy sent their whole team back to the Pokemon Center, but we do see Mew World Order coming down to this bottom lane here for this 720, but unfortunately, Shiggy Wiggy is just a little bit ahead. But it does look like Mew on the side of Mew got most of those Altarias and Swablu. So we'll be seeing a fight here very shortly for this bottom Reggie. Let's see what it
We
is, Hyde.
We do. They are engaging Snorlax coming in with a nice heavy slam block combo, looking to stay alive and keep going without getting stunned up. We already have one Unite burn from the Leafeon and another burn from the Glaceon. Snorlax going to go down as Mew World Order looks to collapse and take this Registeel, but Raichu's going to secure it. Take down the Blaziken, take down the Comfey, and now collapse onto this home pad to try to get their points ahead.
Yes, and while they're doing that at the bottom lane, it looks like Lucario, also on the side of Shiggy Wiggy, was able to secure that Regieleki up top. And it looks like they're getting both objectives in this first round, Hyde.
They are indeed. We're going straight for this. Snorlax going for a nice block to walk the Regieleki in. Snorlax says, we take care of our allies here. We're going to let you do your job. 20 seconds of instant scoring. That's going to pull this top tier 1 pad down to 0 and break it, which is going to open a huge win condition up for Shiggy Wiggy.
Yes, we're at the 550-minute mark here. We have a little bit of uh, a pullback from the side of Shiggy Wiggy, rightfully so, as they're trying to just keep the lead that they have. In terms of levels, um, they are pretty much ahead, so I feel like New World Order has to really be on top of their farms and securing it, especially with something like a Leafeon invading them, possibly Lucario here as the placement coming up at the top area of their jungle.
Yeah, we are hitting that 5 minute mark here. We're at 286 to 9 points. Shiggy, New World Order is way behind on points, and this is the part of the game where you would be looking to make your plays. So, Thu, what kind of plays should New World Order be looking at to try to get ahead on score or to try to even it out to get back into this game?
I feel like they have to stick as a team right now, Hyde, especially with the level difference and the way that Shiggy Wiggy has such great mobility in setting up. I mean, we see here that they're already securing that bottom Reggie ice because they know, on the side of New World Order at least, that they have to at least defend or try to get this top Regieleki here because you're like what you said earlier, it's time for WinCon already. We typically see a WinCon at like the later game, like 3 minute mark, but yeah.
But the fight is already going. Shiggy Wiggy is not holding back. They've taken down 1 and 2 of New World Order, going for number 3 as they turn on Regieleki to convert it once again. But New World Order did delay long enough so that this Regieleki, when it respawns in 2 minutes, Shiggy Wiggy will not have time to rip it again. So this is going to steal that win condition away from Shiggy Wiggy unless they can rip that in less than 5 seconds.
Yes, and it looks like that Blaziken was able to come in and take down Shigewiki's Leafeon, but Snorlax was able to get away with the help of its allies here, so they were only able to get 1 kill, but I mean, they did get some levels off of that. So props to that Blaziken for doing a great job picking it off at that perfect time.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Blaziken you gotta watch out for. Those overheats are nasty. And when you get some stacks on it, even like 2, 3 stacks on it, they're just gonna be huge. But Lucario is not holding back. Mystic diving in on that Mew, taking down Leaf. Oh, but he's getting jumped. Here it goes. Huge Unite move coming out. That's a late Unite move for Lucario. Glaceon's gonna go down to the Eldegoss, but New World Order is gonna be able to pull back with numbers. Those Unite moves, those resources burned, that's going to be huge, Thoob.
Yes, Hyde and Shiggy Wiggy also did a great job at that bottom lane. If anyone saw, they were able to score some points because the Mew was only able to hold him down. But unfortunately, at that cost, the Eldegoss is going to be down, but it still will be back in time for that last Ray fight. We do see Shiggy Wiggy here going in for this Reggie Ice once again and securing it one last time before we go into that Ray fight. So, Hyde, any predictions on how this could go?
Oh, I mean, that Blaziken is coming up on levels here, level 13, but we got 13 Raichu, 13 Leafeon, 14 Lucario. They're going to have to look for a nice pick on who the problem Pokemon is and look for an easy kill. So they got to look for a KO on either Slimp or on Emotional Aid here because these are the easiest Pokemon. These are the squishiest Pokemon. So you take one down, you go instantly, and then you'll be fine. But we already have huge damage on the Umbreon. Instant KO from the Electro Ball Bush Trap. Blaziken coming in with a nice overheat, but misses. As now Shiggy Wiggy takes control of the Rayquaza pit. We do have the Lee
Yes, it
Emerald
looks like
two-step coming in here. Oh, we have this Comfy Unite coming out here. Blaziken's trying to come in. Lucario, Snorlax, nice zoning from the Snorlax coming through here. Nice mean look coming in. Snorlax is now coming in for the power nap. One falls. The first victim falls for this on the Glaceon. Here comes the Umbreon now running for its life. Trying to stay alive. Be like, no, I don't want to go see the nurse yet. I'm fine. Lucario being like, listen, take your medicine like a champ. As 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mew World Order falls down as Shiggy Wiggy now turns to the Great Green Dragon himself.
that was such an awesome play, High, and it looks like they're here. And Snorlax is doing a great job zoning out their Mew and allowing their team members to secure that Rayquaza, even more securing that first game that we have right here tonight for Zygarde League.
Oh, I know. What a dominating performance by Shiggy Wiggy tonight. They had knew exactly what they wanted to do. They kept Mew World Order on their toes. Blaziken was able to keep up. Glaceon and Mew fell a little behind though, because the map control, the positioning, the vision that Shiggy Wiggy was able to exert was that powerful to keep Mew World Order on the back foot. But now we're just dunking points here, and points do matter in this game. We are keeping track. So the more points you score, the more it matters at the end. Plus, it's a fun little stat to get to. And if there's one thing about the Zygarde League that we as the casters love and you as the fans love, it is our stats.
Yes, shout out to our wonderful team who's handling these stats for us and keeping us all in check with what to know and what to watch out for in our future games. I feel like it's super helpful, Hyde, that they created this, and just all of the work that they put into it has been so amazingly well executed, I must say.
Oh my gosh, yes, it is so helpful to have that. Like, what are some of the stats that we can look at? Let me take a look quickly. You'd think I'd be a professional streamer and just have that open, but like, I mean, we talked about the points mattering, right? So, what,
Hmm.
like, we just saw 964 points here. Well, how much has Shiggy Wiggy actually scored? They've scored 7,395 points across 5 weeks of games. Now they're just going to add just casually add almost 1,000 points to that. They had almost a seventh of what they did, just a whole 1/7 of what they did just in this alone. Like, that is insane. That's crazy.
My goodness. So Hyde, going back to this set here, how do you feel like New World Order will be taking their approach next in a game number two?
That's gonna be a little bit harder because they've opted to take second pick here. So, what one of the crucial things that they've identified is, listen, maybe we got to play a little more reactive, um, to Shiggy Wiggy and what they want to do. So, what they're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to utilize their second pick into a final pick situation. So this is going to allow them to figure out what exactly it is they can counter, whether it needs to be a speedster with some dive, whether it needs to be a ranged Pokemon like Delphox or Gardevoir to try to just rip some walls down. They got to figure, they get that opportunity to do it, and they get a few extra chances to do it. The downside is, though, is it does force them into like a specific ban situation where they kind of have to ban out staple bans rather than target bans. You know, they can kind of
Yes,
gauge if you
yes.
did your research properly, but yeah.
Yeah, I find it so interesting how well Shiggy Wiggy was able to dominate both sides of the map. Typically, for especially with a team like Leafeon, we love a great team that can be around it in terms of mobility. And Shiggy Wiggy was able to do just that. They were able to get both objectives pretty much both times, and really make sure that they set up both sides of the game for like optimal level of success. So props to Shiggy Wiggy, and we'll continue to see how they're doing for the rest of this set tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited here because, again, like we saw Shiggy Wiggy dominate. I think the Lucario was a major problem for them, being able to get behind the lines, being able to just dash through things. Raichu was a problem. They need to figure out how to isolate some of these targets, and they need to figure out whether or not they can uh they can get these done. Like, they gotta look at how they're gonna counter things. Um, I think they just need to get a little bit more focused, and I think we're going to be able to see that here shortly as our teams are ready to jump into game number two.
Awesome! I'm so excited for game number two. And we will see how this goes. We do have a Latios ban, it looks like, unless I may be mistaken and seeing another possible dragon here. Fire-ish. Fire
I mean,
Charizard.
when you're in a first pick position like that, Latios is a smart band, but at the same time, not what you need to do, because if you don't want it, it if it's that broken, why not play it? So it's either you let it
Right.
through and you get to take it, or you force me World Order to ban out the Latios. But it looks like we're going for a target ban on the Leafeon and a double target on the Raichu. This means Ho-Oh is free in the game, as well as
Yeah.
Latios.
Yeah, there's a lot of different there we go. There's the Latios and the Ho-Oh on the side of New World Order being picked here. Um will be I'm very curious to see Hyde if we'll be getting Blaziken and Comfy also yet again. But I mean, yeah, because they're switching sides, potentially going to switch up how we pick here. Looks like we have Ho-Oh and Snorlax being locked in on the side of New World Order, and I also want to backtrack a little bit to the Snorlax on Shiggy Wiggy side last game because I feel like they did a really great job isolating some of the targets in New World Order. So I'm curious to see how they're going to use that on their side now that they have that pick.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very interesting indeed to see how this is going to go down because we Mew World Order traded the Latios for the Ho-Oh. So they got what they wanted. There was either going to be one or the other. Then they take the Snorlax. So they have a nice bulk core. But now they're going to lock in double attacker. We got Pikachu with the utility, and we got Alolan Ninetales also with utility for some nice freeze. Now this is kind of the situation of why you want a second pick. You have your last pick here. You get to pick your damage. It's going to be like your main hyper carry, and you're going to be. This is going to be the guy that's going to wipe out the other team as much as possible. So you've got XP share on that Pikachu, so that means that Ho-Oh is going to be more of a carry kind of Pokemon as well. And we've seen massive damage come in on that with the Flamethrower, Sacred Fire, or Fire Spin there. I was going to say Flame Spin. What am I talking about here? But Momo's going to lock in the Greninja. We're going double tank, triple attacker for the side of Mew World Order.
Yes. And on the side of Shiggy Wiggy, we have some bulk in that Buzzwole here. We have a very lovely Pokemon, I would say, that comes back thanks to a lot of play at Worlds. Crustle being brought onto the side of Shiggy Wiggy, followed by a really great Securemon, Cinderace. By Slimp. So, based off matchups, how would you say both teams panned out this pick phase?
I would say both teams got what they wanted. They were aiming for a specific comp, they were aiming for a specific goal in mind, and it looks like both teams got exactly what they wanted. They picked the Pikachu. It's more of like a dissuasion because they know Slimp loves to run Absol. So that's a dissuader to pick Absol and to lock in the Cinderace instead. Instead of being on the front lines, you go for the back lines instead. We got the Alolan Ninetales that's going to punish some front lines here. So that's going to punish the Buzzwole or the Crustle if they go in too deep. Greninja is going to be able to punish the back lines here. But then we got Hoopa, going to be able to portal your Buzzwole Crustle away from danger to home to reset those HPs, to deny KOs that might come in. We have the Buzzwole that's going to be able to flip and flop and smash about the Ho-Oh or the Snorlax if they get their hands on them. So that's going to be like a wall breaker right there. We got Latios that's going to just be hammering down the damage. So, and Cinderace is a natural tank shredder. So there's definitely different strategies being implemented on both sides, and I think both teams got exactly what they wanted. It's just going to be interesting to see how these strategies are going to come into play as they clash each other.
Yes, and if we look at the side of New World Order, we are seeing the Pikachu going for a potential invade here against Shiggy Wiggy Cinderace. So we'll be seeing how that pans out. While we have both lanes being covered, bottom lane by Alolan Ninetales and the Snorlax, and Ho-Oh doing its thing, staying as tanky as possible, defending its pad. But Hoopa here is on its way to help its score bunny.
Oh, help it came late because that Pikachu got the red buff KO'd that Excavalier and it's running away with that red buff back to its home, back to its side to get ready for these 850 birds. So we do not have the Raboot. Oh, there we go. We finally got the Raboot now. Late, but better late than never here as our teams are gearing up. So these birds spawn in. Do they fight for the farm or the KOs? They're going straight for the farm. Instant delete, but there, grabs the KO, and that's the portal right there, spawning it back, denying any sort of hits coming in, being able to heal it back up as Buzzwole's now going to come in with that superpower, but dodges it with the safeguard. But now everybody's going to retreat and they're going to come back. As we come into this, oh boy, we are 25 seconds out now from mid birds at 8 minutes.
Yes, and while we're at that 20-second mark, it looks like Greninja is going to go back for some quick farming in its jungle here. And we see a bit of a early-ish rotation by this Alolan Ninetales getting ready to set up. Looks like all of New World Order is going to be coming in on this 8-minute fight, Hyde.
Yeah, it looks like the side of Shiggy Wiggy is not interested in this at all. We're going to see a push into this bottom here. There we go. We're going to see a push by the Latios and the Crustle here into the bottom. Nice engage from the Snorlax being able to heavy slam in. 1, 2 from the Greninja. 3, triple knockout. Taking them down as Shiggy Wiggy. No, that's not Shiggy Wiggy. That's Mew World Order coming in, making quick work of Shiggy Wiggy to be able to throw some points onto this pad.
Yes, and exactly what they know about Hoopas, they are trying to their best, it looks like, to be breaking this bottom pad early. And we'll see how they pan out for the 720 bird.
Huge level up now from the from the side of Shiggy Wiggy. They just had 3 level ups come their way after taking that farm. Pikachu's going in, but is going to get got by the Hoopa. Shredded by Latios. Pikachu Hoopa. That's going to be rough indeed. Double KO knockout for the Cinderace as Hoopa portals back in and resets the HP. But Greninja Pikachu had to go all the way back.
Yes, and it looks like Shiggy Wiggy is back to getting that bottom Reggie as they did last time. We're seeing a Greninja do its thing to try and get it, but unfortunately Cinderace was able to secure it, and Latios able to knock out that Greninja in the process.
Oh, I know. Sometimes those objectives are just too far out of reach. You can't. You just gotta let them go. When you're a level 9 Greninja, you burn your Unite move going in there, and then you get KO'd instantly as a level 9. That's huge experience. You're throwing back towards Shiggy Wiggy. But we do get the Regieleki here on Shiggy Wiggy as well. Both objectives going towards them. It's gonna pull that pad down to 9 points as Buzzwole grabs the KO on that Pikachu.
Yeah, I found it interesting how New World Order was allowing the Buzzwole to secure this Regieleki, trying to get in more points, and unfortunately, that means that they're losing out on their top pad here.
They do massive triple KO streak for the Cinderace. Level 11 on Cinder, level 11 on Buzzwole, level 10 on Latios. That Greninja has been level 9 now for nearly 2 minutes. Has barely made any sort of progress on its levels here as Mew World Order is starting to stagnate. Oh, Thoob, what does Mew World Order need to do to get back on their levels?
I think that they just need to be lucky in their next fight here. It looks like they're going to be approaching this top pad, hopefully to try to break it all together. But Hoopa's here ready to go in. Pikachu landing in that ultimate and getting on the kill on that Buzzwole. Greninja coming in as well. Cinderace unfortunately bringing Snorlax back to the Pokemon Center. Hoopa bringing back Greninja to that Pokemon Center. And they're pushing on this Ho-Oh hide and getting that KO as well.
The Hoopa Unite was exactly what they needed. It might be a weak Pokemon for most of the match, but when it ults, when it comes through, when it becomes that big, powerful four-armed menace, you gotta watch out. Because I'll tell you right now, it's so, oh, what a clutch escape! But it's so hard to get through that Hoopa because it has stun, it has damage, it has bulk, it has a little bit of everything.
Yes, and it looks like they are trying to go ahead and get this top Regieleki while trying to distract a bit of the team to keep them on that pad here. We're going to be seeing this Crustle come in and try to ult it, but unfortunately was not able to do so in time as the Alolan Ninetales secures that Regieleki for the side of Mew World Order.
Exactly. And Mew World Order has now decided, listen, full team fights are no longer going to work. Guerrilla tactics, that's where it's at. We are doing hit and run, folks. We came in, hit the Lecky, took it, and we ran just as quickly as we showed up. So Mew World Order has recognized, wait, we don't have the levels, but we know how to get them back. And that's just through hit and run, pick tactics, and they are going to do that as much as off possible. And we might see that coming in here as they go for a nice pick with the Snorlax block heavy slam combo, but it's not going to be enough. The Greninja's going to come in, Unite move, Buzzwall's right on top of it, Super Swole slam back to the Focus Center here as Crustle now walls off the Snorlax. He's trying to take a power nap, but Cinderace is like, nah, bro, throwing insults and getting him burned.
Yes, and we see Mew World Order going in on this Buzzwole, trying to isolate it with that block. Pikachu coming in with its ultimate and sending it back to the Pokemon Center for about another 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh, that is a late Pikachu Unite move for sure, Thoob. I hope Pikachu's able to get it back because it's going to need at least a few hits from wild Pokemon. It's going to need a few captures itself. And whether or not it's going to be able to secure that with the amount of Pokemon that are left on the side of Mew World Order, that could be a late. It could be late, which could affect whether Mew World Order is coming back in. But look at the score, 214 to 205. Mew World Order is not out of this yet. So with 30 seconds left, how do they get back? How do they take this Ray fight through?
I think New World Order needs to play it a little slower. They can't be feeling the pressure to try and secure this Ray Quaza just a little early. They need to wait for someone to come in on the side of Shiggy Wiggy and peel them out, I feel, in order to secure at least one of them going away. They need to be mindful of not grouping up together like this, as well as um, to prevent getting vision for the side of Shiggy Wiggy. And we'll just be seeing, it looks like they're being pulled out just a little bit, and Cinderace is trying to distract them and bring them in by dealing some damage on Rayquaza here. They are coming in just a little bit high, so we're going to see how this pans out.
Comes down to whether the Hopa or the Ho-Oh is going to be more effective. Very different Unite moves, very unique Unite moves with their mechanics as well. We already have pokes and prods coming in. Crustle almost getting that Lactin. Snorlax going for the pick on the Crustle though. 10 Mew World Order collapse on it. There's the Crustle Unite coming out. Hoopa's trying to save it, but no. Ninetales goes down to the Crustle. What's one? The first victim, but Latios falls soon. Buzzwole getting behind onto the Pikachu as Crustle now falls. Huge Hoopa Unite coming through. That's going to be close on the Greninja. Greninja trying to get out. He is going to get it, but we do have the Ho-Oh Unite still. Greninja goes down. Ho-Oh will simply bring him back. Greninja's doing the work. There it is. The Ho-Oh Unite. Greninja's back, but Buzzwole's right on top of him. Oh, he's able to dodge out. Here it goes, coming in. This is going to be huge. Buzzwole's going to go down if he stayed put, but Cinderace is going to clutch out that collapse. Ho-Oh's trying to get onto it, but the Snorlax is now retreating. Huge Unite move from the Latios as we now come in. That's 1, 2, and 3 down for the side of Mew World Order. They tried to get into this, but Shiggy Wiggy was not having any of it as the Rayquaza comes down to the final moments here. Cinderace is going to lock it in, and it's going to lock in game number 2 for Shiggy Wiggy.
And it looks like it was a very close game indeed. We're about 10 seconds away from finishing up this match, and Shiggy Wiggy was able to get in just a few more points in on that bottom goal zone in order to secure a for sure victory.
Oh, that was so close. I think if Mew World Order knew exactly what they wanted. They had the Ho-Oh. They were like, look, Greninja goes down, you ult it. You bring it back. If Ninetales goes down, to heck with it. That's not Greninja. If our Snorlax goes down, to heck with it. That's not Greninja. We want Greninja back. And they brought it back as soon as it went down. But the Buzzwole was waiting on top of it. The clutch double team to escape it, though, bringing it down. If only it survived the Cinderace assault, it would have. I think that would have clutched it. I think that would have clutched it for Mew World Order. They were so close.
Yeah, they were so close. Like, I feel like they did a really great job picking out that Crustle early game, or I'm sorry, early Rayquaza, and luckily though, Crustle was able to use its Unite move in the middle of most of the team of Mew World Order, and it gave Shiggy Wiggy enough time to follow up on that Unite move to be able to start dealing that damage that they were looking for on the side of Shiggy Wiggy. I feel like Mew did a great job though, like I was expecting, of slowing down that Ray fight, just waiting for that perfect time to go in, and they were almost there. Hyde, we saw they were almost there with Greninja being Ho-Oh resurrected, and it was just such a close fight. I'm so excited for Game
Oh,
3.
I know. We've been in situations like this before where we've had teams dominate or get close, but we've had like take a 2-0 lead. They just take that dominating lead, but then we've had other teams make every fight close and close and close. We've seen it with No Sweat. We've seen it with the Midnight Griefers. We could see it tonight with New World Order, where they make the 2-game comeback, pull it into a game 5, and possibly even take it into a game, taking even the set win. This is our 4th place team versus our 8th place team right now. Anything can happen. New World Order used to be in the center of the pack along with Shiggy Wiggy, so they have the ability to do it, but both our teams are ready to go. So let's get into game number 3.
Yes, Hyde. Game number 3, everyone. Thank you for continuing to join us here in the Zygarde League. On the side here, on the left, have Shiggy Wiggy, and on the right team, we have Mew World Order. Looks like we have our first ban of game number 3 being Charizard once again. On the side of Shiggy Wiggy, they do not want to play against that, Hyde.
No team does. It's the number 1 ban this week. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the overwhelming Unite move, but ever since it got buffed, ever since that last patch note, gone. But Shiggy Wiggy was saying, listen, that Greninja with the Ho-Oh was too close. We're first pick, but ban the fire chicken out of here.
And then it looks like we do have another target ban. They do not want any Electro Balls in random bushes yet again on the side of New World Order. So they banned the Raichu. So we are seeing Suicune come in, though, for the first game of the night. So that's exciting.
Yeah, Suicune comes in for the side of Shiggy Wiggy, so it's going to be interesting to see what we left Suicune up for. Did we feared Latios more than we feared Suicune? We feared Raichu more than we feared Suicune. So if we're letting Suicune come through over these other two, that must mean we have an answer to the Suicune and what potential problems it could cause us on the side of New World Order. So I'm interested to see what kind of strategy New World Order is going to have to make sure that they lock down the Suicune, make it as ineffective as possible, as we now see a Blissey Mewtwo Y disgusting combo come through.
Yes, and I feel like another disgusting combo that we are going to probably see on the side of New World Order, at least for the attempt, is uh, Leafeon taken by Plusle here. And I'm so glad that they got my boy Snorlax. I'm a Snorlax lover, as you know, Hyde. And they get Alcremie and Buzzwole too.
They do. So Leafeon's going to threaten any sort of backline attacker that's going to come in. That's why the Mewtwo Y is taken right here. It's not really a backliner. It's just going to be more of like a mid lane fighter or whatnot. You have that Psy Strike that's going to be able to come in, lock Leafeon down. So it's going to threaten some sort of engage by slowing it and throwing a stun at it. But we do have that counter with the Snorlax, going to be able to try to peel for that Leafeon if it comes through. We do have the nasty Alcremie Buzzwole combo, so we are going to. So since we have Zacian and we have possibly Scyther, most likely Scyther, I'm actually going to say that's probably a Scyther. But since we have probably a Scyther, we could see sweet. Is it Sweet Scent? Is that the other move? It's not Sweet Kiss. I
Oh,
think
yes.
it's called Sweet Scent. I think it's Sweet Scent. It's been a while since I played Alcremie. I think that's the one we're going to see. It's going to slow them down, lock them in place, kind of like what the Mewtwo does, but a little bit more AoE to allow the Leafeon or the Buzzwole or the Gardevoir to come in and strike onto those targets.
Yeah, and we'll see. I think there is a really high chance of it being a sweet scent for this Alcremie. But I mean, Slim does have a full heal, so I'm curious to see how effective it would be if Boomy does end up taking that as their option. Okay, Hyde, game number 3. How are we feeling? What's in your gut? What's in your gut for this one?
Oh, so right away, it looks like Shiggy Wiggy has the advantage. They have stun. They have ways to outstun with the Blissey. They have dive with the Scyther. And they have secure with the Zacian Unite move. So all in all, very solid, balanced comp. But New World Order might have it if they play it very smartly. We have the Snorlax and the Buzzwole be able to make up the front lines here. We have the Alcremie either able to dish out shields or slow down with an AoE. It's going to be crucial to be able to slow down, pick targets for the Gardevoir to be able to come in and shred them. It's all going to come down to how effective each team is going to be able to play as a unit of 5. As we come into game number 3, match point for Shiggy Wiggy, who is your purple team, and New World Order on your orange team.
Yes. And we see New World Order is not trying to do any attempt in invades. However, they are going in for a stack. Suicune and Mewtwo trying to go in and secure this middle bunny here and taking that from the Snorlax. Snorlax had to back up, but it looks like they are getting the kill on the Eevee.
Oh, little Leafeon gets KO'd and goes down. Its dreams of stacking up and becoming Leafeon before it was noticed are shredded and gone as Snorlax is left alone on the pad to defend itself. But it looks like we didn't get out unscathed completely as that Blissey is really low HP from that Buzzwole. So that must have been one heck of a fight that we missed, but we're here. We're 10 seconds out from these 850 birds.
Yes, we have Scyther here ready to prowl on its prey, potentially its birds, potentially the other team. We'll just see how it goes in the next second.
Those birds are deleted, gone, absolutely shredded as Zacian's looking for his level 5. Ticks into it, goes on top of the Gardevoir, but pulls out, comes back, shreds the Buzzwole, allowing Shiggy Wiggy to now take control of this lane, forcing New World Order to go to take whatever scraps Shiggy Wiggy says you can have.
Yes, and it looks like on the bottom lane here, as we see Blissey going in for a score here, we have Scyther doing an invade. Snorlax was previously in the Pokemon Center, made its way back down to the bottom pad, but going in to help its teammates against this invade.
As great zoning from the Leafeon jumping in between the Scyther and the Gardevoir, allowing it to stay alive. Meaning that Curly had to get to level 7 as quickly as possible. Leafeon is going to be contesting this farm here. As we go to the center here, Shiggy Wiggy is going to take the majority of it. Buzzwole's trying to get out. It has the assistance of Alcremie, but Alcremie has to eject. Zacian's going to dive straight onto it. We do have recovered, but it's going to be enough, and it's going to be enough to get that Alcremie to safety.
Yes, we're about 10 seconds away, Hyde, from our next set of birds in both lanes. It looks like we do have Mewtwo going in for that Mega Evolution, taking down the Snorlax on the side of New World Order, going in and trying to zone out the Leafeon just a little bit for its Suicune team member to be able to score just a few more points, followed up by its 3 points of its own.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that Mega Evolution is a powerful ability indeed. And I can only imagine how powerful it's going to be once Mega Evolution officially comes to other Pokemon within the games, Thoob. We have more Megas coming in, and I'm so excited to see them.
I'm so excited, but I'm also even more excited for this fight here happening, Hyde. What's going on?
Snorlax is gone. That's what happened. Scyther just came in and said, hey, I don't like you. Get out of here. This is mine. As they now collapse on the Leafeon, take the Reg Ice, and force New World Order to now back off. Gardevoir's still level 7. Not quite 8. Not even close to 9 with the Unite move, which would have been fantastic to have in this moment.
Yes, we do see Mewtwo performing its first Unite move of this game. We have Shiggy Wiggy scoring 33 points, putting them at a lead of 107 to 104 as they try to make their way up to this Regieleki. It looks like New World Order is also trying to just add a bit more experience to their team members. They not really I feel like they're going to be playing the long game Hide here. They're not really worried about the objective just yet, but we have Buzzwole going to try to go in for the secure, but unfortunately Scyther was able to secure it.
Yeah, that's an important instinct to have, is whether or not to give up the objective, whether you know to be like, hey, listen, can I get this? Can I not? If I get it, what am I giving up? And if I lose it, do I still go down here? 9 times out of 10 you are, but look at that. Zacian's going to collapse onto that Leafeon, take it down. Snorlax with some nice zoning. 5v Snorlax block. Oh, look at that. Nice freeze mid-air while he jumps and isn't so happy-go-lucky now. But 1 and 2 go down for the side of 3 and 4. Now go down for New World Order as they dunk massive, massive points here for not so big an overcap.
It could be potentially for Scyther to gain more stacks height. I believe it was running an attack weight, if I'm not mistaken. But we are seeing a great job of an invade once again on the side of Shiggy Wiggy. Leafeon trying to come in on Suicune, but Blissey coming just in time for that safeguard and helping Ann to help Suicune get out to safety. We are about 5 seconds away, everyone, from this bottom Reggie. We're going to see what it is. We are seeing a potential push on the side of New World Order at the top. Again, not really looking in for that objective, but we have a Emerald two-step here by the Leafeon, getting some points in on the side. Oh, unfortunately not. We are trying to see a little bit of a push here from the side of New World Order, getting in quite a big overcap, putting that lead now to 163 over 100. And as you see, Shiggy Wiggy was able to secure that bottom Reggie as well.
So this push is something New World Order definitely needed. They need to get back on the point. They need to get back on the board and then back on score-wise. So now they're only down by 63 points, but in doing so, they've now lost 2 powerful Unite moves to be able to push into this Regieleki. So they are not going to have this objective, but it will be the final Regieleki of the map, of this match here.
Yes.
Possibly the set as we come in here, but we're getting even more scores here as the Suicune's going to lock up. Zacian's going to come down, start shredding on the Buzzwole. Buzzwole ejects, but it's not going to be enough. Tries to Super Swirl Swam out, but gets taken down. Snorlax going to go for a power nap, sleeping in the face of danger. And it looks like they are going to get away, but the Zacian's not quite ready to give up the chase yet. Snorlax has now gone very, very deep, allowing the Zacian to pick up the KO. It was like, listen, man, I know I'm a big old berry. I know you need to eat. So here, I know you're hungry. Have me.
Yes, and Shiggy Wiggy was also able to get that Regieleki, and not just that height, they were able to get it into their New World Order's goal zone there at the top, putting them at 100 score lead. And now with that Blissey going in for a few more points, we're at about 106 extra points, I believe.
Yeah, Blissey only went in to score 4 points. It doesn't have Unite move, so it definitely was doing that for the Unite charge, trying to make sure it had it back in time. It just accepted its fate, took the KO, now it's back. I wonder how close it is to the Unite move. Was it worth it to give up the KO and the experience to New World Order for this?
Yeah, we did see New World Order trying to attempt at a top push very close to the game here. We are seeing Snorlax holding down its own, unfortunately not for too long, but getting the side of Shiggy Wiggy a few more extra experience points before this Ray fight. We have Scyther here at level 14, Zacian just hitting level 14 as well. We have all ults, all Unite moves on both sides coming in. New World Order a little late to the Ray pit here, but we'll be seeing how it pans out, Hyde.
Oh, for sure. Blissey's now going to see, hey, look, there's a Snorlax there. I probably shouldn't be here. Snorlax trying to pick it up, but misses it just by a thread. Zacian trying to get a little bit of pressure here on New World Order, being like, look at me, I'm hitting Rayquaza. You can't tell who's doing it, though. Trying to give him a little bit of a panic attack as they come in. Zacian does find the Leafeon, but it's not going to be enough. Leafeon is going to be like, nah, bro, I'm going to get out of here. As Gardevoir and Cremi with the Buzzwole start looking for vision. All these teams are looking for specific picks. It looks like the Leafeon is who Shiggy Wiggy wants, and it looks like, oh, here we go. The engage is now here. Huge Unite moves coming out now. We have this power not coming from the Snorlax, but the Buzzwole is going to be the first victim into the Gardevoir Unite. Not going to be enough to save it. Now the Snorlax is down, and now it's going to be a clean sweep for Shiggy Wiggy, but the Scyther goes down. Not as clean as they had hoped. As the Gardevoir now is getting zoned out by a Blissey, but the Zacian's now here. Alcremie doing what it can to help the Gardevoir stay up and going here. Zacian trying to rebuild its points now as it comes in and starts grabbing these points as these wild Pokemon here as we come out and both teams look to be resetting.
Yes, but Shiggy Wiggy knows that they are ahead, Hyde. I have a feeling that they know that they're ahead because they didn't try to rip the Rayquaza at all. They have both the Mewtwo and the Suicune defending their goal zones here just to make sure that there aren't any pushes. Mewtwo's going in to make, as soon as it saw the Alcremie here, Blissey coming in to cover that Suicune just in case, Scyther following up as well. And unfortunately, was not able to score any points on this pushback, unfortunately. Hi.
No, New World Order just wasn't as coordinated as they needed to be. Some went to rip, they split up. I think they needed to go as a full five, but because of that, Shiggy Wiggy's gonna take game number 3 and the set for the final set of Zygarde League Week 6 in a commanding 3-0 lead. Well done, both teams. These were demonic and fire sets indeed.
Yes. Thank you,
Oh, wait a minute.
everyone, so much. Yes, Hyde.
Okay, no, sorry, I had it on the wrong side. I had the screen. I was like, wait a minute, did I just call this wrong? No, no, Shiggy Wiggy did win. Shiggy Wiggy did win. I was like, wait a minute, I got confused. I almost got confused by Hyde shenanigans, all right? I had the left side, so I'm in Stream Elements. I have the left team score on the right side of my computer. So I'm like, that's probably not smart. You should probably have it on the left side. Oh, silly Hyde, silly Hyde.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us here at the Zygarde League. If you enjoyed Hyde's lovely shenanigans tonight and some wonderful co-casting by yours truly and Mr. Hyde himself, please come back. We'll be playing some more games. We do have Week 7 lineup ready to share with you guys. Scheduled TBD, of course, but we will be keeping you posted with
Yeah.
just those matches.
Let's actually take a look to see what week 7 has in store for us. So week number 7 here, our first 3 matches that we're going to see was coming up. Again, nothing's been scheduled yet, but once they are, we will update you and make sure that everybody knows. But we have New World Order versus Kedic. That's going to be interesting to see that that's what New World Order's next opponent is. Kedic is our 3rd place team right now. That is going to be a monster because New World Order just fought our 4th place. Now they're fighting our 3rd place team. Now we have Thanksgiving versus Shiggy Wiggy. We're going to have a battle of titans coming up for you too next week, as well as Ashen 1 and EX trainers to round out this first set of sets. Thoob, who's coming up next?
Yes, in the second set here, as Hyde's lovely graphic is up, we have Tempo versus Lunex. We have Sweet Secret Tech versus Arson, 2 of my faves, if I may say, and Midnight Griefers. We'll be seeing if they be playing at midnight this week again. TBD, we'll see. Versus No Sweat, but sometimes those games against them are pretty sweaty, so we'll be seeing a very lovely matchup. Next week, and we'll be keeping you posted.
Absolutely. And guys, if you are interested in joining the Zygarde League, come on in, join the Discord here. Why is the bot not working? The bot's not working. Oh, embarrassing here. Let me grab the invite link. Let me grab the invite link quickly. Go, go, go. Copy. All right, let's post it. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me, Twitch. There we go. All right. Join the Discord. Season 2 is going to be coming up here in several weeks. We still have 5 more weeks of Zygarde League before our playoffs, but we did have 2 teams drop out, so we have a wait list. So if anything happens to any other team within the Zygarde League currently, come on in, grab your 5-stack, jump on in, join the wait list, and get in here, because let me tell you, this is only season 1, and if these are how good the matches are in season 1, imagine what season 2 is going to be like. So definitely get in here, definitely join in and get into the watch here, because that is going to be fire to jump in and try. But once again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed me and Thoob here, because we finally got a duo cast, so thanks for joining us, Thoob.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the Zygarde League once again for all of the hard work that they put into helping make this happen on the back end. Everyone, we will be seeing you very soon next week.
Take care, guys, and see you later. Bye!
Bye.